So welcome. Today's the 26th of December, Boxing Day, I think you call it. The first time in 6 months I'm 3 days in a row off because we were closed 24, 25, 26th. So I do apologize. I'm not really shaven and my hair looks a bit all over the shop. However, we opened a bottle of wine yesterday on Cape Mentel 2001 Trinders. It's a Cabernet Merlot that reminds me of my time being sommelier and head sommelier on board a cruise ship. So we sold quite a lot of that stuff. And because it's a now, in the meanwhile, 23, 24-year-old wine, it certainly has some sediments. And I'm wearing this lighter shirt, so you can see here the sediment already from lying on the side. So, and it also has a cork, so when you store those older wines, you certainly have to have them stored on the horizontal position. And why I thought I'm not drinking everything last night, I wanted to show you a few interesting facts. When I pulled the cork, that was on the top, so you saw there was some leakage throughout the aging process. You can also see here on the lines, you see here that was the bottle part, so it was leaking all the way through here and out to here. So that is usually an indication that the wine most likely got some oxygen as well. It did hold up throughout the time when I tasted it, but you certainly could tell the wine had not the fruit anymore that I used from the other bottles, or I used to from the other bottles. So at that age, obviously 23 years old, 24 years old almost, there is a big, what do you call it, bottle variation, so especially with the corks. So if you have a 6-pack of 6 that I bought, or 6-pack of 6, yes, if you bought a 6-pack that I bought many years ago, and every now and then you open one, you do see those wines taste a bit different. Doesn't have to, but after such a long time, it is clear. So that's why I know it has obviously more the tertiary characters on older wine. So you have a bit more of the charcoaliness, a little bit more of the earthiness. But you still should have a little bit of fruit, like dried fruit, more in that direction rather than fresh berries. And those characters usually disappear if the wine has gotten too much oxygen, or can even collapse. Okay, so there's one interesting fact. Another fact is obviously the sediments that we encountered here, and I thought we show quickly or demonstrate the decanting of a wine, that there's something remaining in here. I am Austrian, so I do love my Riedel decanters, and that's a small little O series decanter. Nice, narrow. Older wines should not get that much oxygen. You don't want to stress those guys with too much oxygen after being sitting in there for many years in the bottle. Younger wines, more robust wines, or like Barolos, you need a bit of a wider, or at least I use the wider decanter, so you expose them for a little bit more oxygen. What we do, and there's obviously 2 ways of decanting, or 2 reasons to decant the wine. One of them is to aerate, so younger wines need oxygen to open up, so to be right away approachable. And older boys like this guy here, you want to leave the sediment behind. And the way you do it is here. Obviously I took the whole banderole off here, and then generally you have a light, you have a candle down here. I have a different video that I made in another restaurant this year. I'm gonna put the whole video on, and then you carefully pour that. We might do it like that. Maybe you see that. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And when you pour that, and then you look through the neck, like I'm doing now above here, I look through the neck, you would see the sediment, and you can see it here. You see here, the sediment is on approach, and you use the bottle neck to keep the sediment behind. As you see, all this rubbish is left behind, and the bottom of the wine bottle is clean. Now you see my double chin. It's not very charming, but that's the whole idea. As you see, all the sediment is being left behind, and that's the idea of an old wine. I talked to Mr. Christian Wax one day. He's the owner, winemaker of Petrus, and he said that doesn't worry them. They even sit there, sip on that, and squeeze the last little drop out of their wines, which makes sense if the bottle costs 3, 4, 5, 10 grand. Not for him, obviously, but if that has the value, I probably would suck on the last little piece of sediment too. So that's the whole idea of decanting, and I thought I'd demonstrate it quickly and putting it on one of my first YouTube videos, because I'm new to that. I'm an old fart, so stay with me. There's some more coming, and next time hopefully a bit better presented.